Hello, this is Catherine from Accelerated Reader, reading books for you. Today, I will be reading Nia the Narwhal Explores the Christmas Ocean by Belle Brown, illustrated by Yoga Ariesta. Before I begin reading, I would like to give a big thanks to the author for sending me this book to read on my channel. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book. Don't forget to like and subscribe. To my daughter, Isabella, who loves everything purple. B.B. To my son, Ken, Y.A. Learn some high-frequency words. Learning to identify and read sight words is essential for young children to become fluent readers. Most children will be able to learn a few sight words at the age of 4 and around 20 sight words by the end of their first year of school. Knowing the first 100 high-frequency sight words will give your child around half of the words they need for reading. This book has pre-K and kindergarten level sight words in bold throughout. Nia, the narwhal, loves to swim. She could swim all day. She shakes her fins. She wiggles her tail. Look, there she goes. Nia loves to swim in shapes. She swims in big circles. She swims in small squares. Her favorite shape is a triangle. What shape will she make next? Why is a triangle Nia's favorite shape? It looks like a Christmas tree. It is time to celebrate the holidays. Nia gathers all her presents. Then she's off to visit the coral reef. Nia spots her best friend. He is a starfish named Bob. Nia and Bob like to tell jokes. Hey Nia, Bob says. What do you call a fish with legs? I don't know, says Nia. A fish, says Bob. They share a laugh. I have a present for you, Nia says. Bob opens it. You got me socks for all of my feet, Bob says, laughing. I love them. Here, says Bob, I got you a present too. Nia opens it. What is it? Nia asks. It looks like a big tail. Bob smiles. I made it. It will help you to swim faster. Nia spots Carla by the reef. She is an electric ray. Don't touch her. You'll get a big shock. Nia keeps a safe distance. Hey Nia, your tail is so beautiful, says Carla. Thank you, Carla. Bob made this for me, says Nia. I got you a present, they both say. Then they laugh. Here, Carla says, open yours first. Nia opens the present. It is a tiny pair of goggles. Thank you, says Nia. I love them. Nia gives Carla her present. It is a big scarf. I love it, Carla says. It will keep me warm on the reef. The two friends swim on. Nia spots Ida. She is a dogfish. Being friends with a shark isn't scary unless one wants to eat you. Ida would never do that. They exchange Christmas presents. Nia gives Ida fin paint. Ida gives Nia a tiny light. Everyone can see us now, Ida says. I think we look cool, says Nia. The two friends share a hug. Merry Christmas, says Ida. Happy holidays, says Nia. Earl swims into Nia. He is a saltwater catfish. Sorry, Nia, says Earl. It's okay, says Nia. It's good to see you. I got you something, says Earl. I got you something too, says Nia. Earl gets whisker extenders. Nia gets a comfy pillow. It's perfect, they both say. Thanks for being my friend, says Earl. I love your visits to the reef. I love the coral reef, says Nia. It feels like a second home. All of my friends live here. Nia swims back home. It has been a good day. She got to see all of her friends. Her presents are fun. She can't wait to try them. Nia settles down to sleep on her new pillow. She smiles. Thinking about her friends is fun. Christmas comes once every year. Friends stick around forever. Let us learn about coral reefs. A group of corals might look like colorful rocks or even plants, but corals are really animals. A coral is built by polyps, which are very small creatures that belong to the same family as the jellyfish. However, polyps do not move about throughout the water like the jellyfish. Instead, they stay in the same place all the time. A small piece of coral is made up of hundreds of polyps. A bigger one may have thousands. Think of it like you having to share your room with thousands of your brothers and sisters. These all grow together in a group called a coral head. To stay alive, the polyps eat very tiny animals called plankton, as well as algae. When many corals grow close together, it is called a reef. Coral reefs are very important because they provide a place for fish and other sea creatures to live. These reefs cover a very small part of the sea floor, but they help keep alive many of the creatures that live in the sea. They also act like water filters, where they take out lots of harmful things from the water. This makes the water healthier wherever these healthy corals are found. Did you know? The largest coral reef in the world is the Great Barrier Reef, off the coast of Australia. It is so big that astronauts can see it from outer space. Not far from the Great Barrier Reef lies the tallest reef in the world. It was discovered by scientists on October 20th, 2020. It is even taller than the Empire State Building in New York City, or the Petronas Towers in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Wouldn't that be an awesome skyscraper for tourist fish to visit? You can find coral reefs in the Arctic. Yes, coral reefs are not only found in warm, shallow waters. They are also found in the very deep parts of the sea where it is very cold. It snows under the ocean all year around. Snow under the ocean is called marine snow. You probably can't make a snowman with it or catch flakes with your tongue. Marine snow is made up mostly of fish poop, dead plants, and animals. But to tiny animals in the deep ocean, it makes quite a great snack. This is nature's way of getting food to places where there is not enough sunlight or no sunlight at all. It is one way life continues to exist in the deep sea. Coral bleaching. Have you ever seen a piece of coral that is white? This is not the usual color of corals, which can be red, orange, pink, or even rainbow colors. If the colors of the corals are bright, that means the reef is healthy. But they lose these colors when they are disturbed by the changes taking place around them, and so they become white. When this happens, it is called coral bleaching. Ghostly white corals mean the corals are dying. What can you do to keep the corals safe? Adults and children all have the job of keeping the coral reefs alive and healthy. Here are some simple things you, as a child, can do to help. Conserve water. Save energy at home by turning off lights when not using them. Plant trees. Ask your parents to help you plant trees. The earth and the sea will be cooler if there are more trees. This will keep the corals from dying. Join your parents on a beach cleanup. When you pick up the plastic bottles and other trash, you will keep these from getting into the sea and harming the corals and other sea creatures. Talk to others about coral reefs. Talk to your family, friends, and neighbors about how important it is to keep the corals alive. Encourage them to get involved and to make a difference too. The end. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. In the description below, I've included links where you may find and purchase this book.